to distill all of this down into 7 principles that I think scale for parents who are struggling with education. And I want to share them with you here because I want us to find ways to help our kids to be human, even in a world where technology is changing faster than ever. Principle number 1 is foundation before leverage. I've talked about that a lot in this video. Reading, math, writing, lean into the effort here, not because AI can't do these things, but because your kid can't evaluate what AI produces without understanding the domain. Principle 2 is specification is the new literacy. The gap between a good AI outcome and a catastrophe is the quality of the human specification. Teach kids to say what they want, the goal, the constraints, what done looks like. If you can write a clear spec for an AI, you are kind of exercising the same muscle as if you're learning to write an essay. Principle 3, be a director, not a passenger. When your kid uses AI, they should be defining the ask, the task, the output, what to keep, revise, and reject. If they're just passively consuming what the AI produces, they're not learning, they're outsourcing. Principle number 4, sequence the autonomy. Start with bounded educational tools that have guardrails and graduate eventually to open-ended tools with guidance. You can vibe code together, you can build projects side by side, then get into agent-level autonomy later. This progression should follow a degree of cognitive readiness. It's not really age-gated, right? Some 12-year-olds might be ready for agents, sometimes adults are not. Principle number 5, teach kids to catch the machine. AI will be wrong. Confidently, fluently, wrong. Train kids to sanity check outputs against their understanding. When the AI makes an error and the kid catches it, that's not a tool failure. The conversation needs to be about how we built a foundation so we can critique and understand and evaluate machine outputs together. Principle 6, build, don't browse. Making things with AI develops cognition in ways that consuming AI output does not. Vibe coding a game, designing an app, creating art, these are active choices. Asking the AI to summarize a chapter, that's passive. But Parrott was right. Construction is how kids learn. Prioritize creation over consumption every single time. Principle 7, last but not least, attempt before augmenting. I think this is the most important habit you can build. Try it yourself first, and then use AI to extend what you've started. Ask, what do you think the answer is? And then go, well, what does ChatGPT think? The kid who drafts before she edits is going to be learning in a way that the kid who prompts before she thinks is not. I don't think these are permanent answers. I think all of them will probably need to evolve as the tech does, but they're the best and most stable operating principles I've found for raising kids who can direct intelligence rather than depend on it. And to be honest, these principles are useful for learning AI as an adult as well. Look, I don't know the right ratio between foundation and fluency. Nobody does because the AI is evolving so fast. The foundation obviously matters more at 6 than 16. Tool fluency is going to matter more at 16 than 6. The parents who ban AI outright and the parents who hand over the iPad and walk away are both choosing comfort. One is the comfort of familiar education, and the other is the comfort of not engaging with a problem that doesn't have a great answer. This AI problem is not going to get easier. The world is changing faster than any curriculum can track, and anyone who tells you they've figured out what to teach the kids is selling you something. What I have are the principles and daily practices I've rooted in as a parent. You got to build the brain first. You've got to give that brain leverage with AI. You've got to teach your kids to think and then teach them to direct. Give them the struggle, the gift of struggle that develops real capability, and challenge yourself in the same way. Watch closely enough to know when the tools are helping and when they're replacing the work that needed to happen in their heads. That's where I'm at. I'm at the kitchen table. I'm doing long division worksheets. I'm using my brain too on that, by the way. Claude might be open on the laptop, but Claude doesn't get asked first. I try to raise humans who can thrive in a world where none of us fully understand it yet, and it's the hardest problem that I have to work on, to be honest. It doesn't resolve easily. I have to keep going after it day by day. The machines that Turing envisioned have arrived. Nature magazine was right. And our kids have to be able to do the work in the moment to get their brains ready to partner with machines that are truly intelligent. Because anything else would be a disservice to them, and frankly, a disservice to us as their parents, as the ones charged with helping them find their way in a world that is going to look nothing like the world where you and I were kids. Everyone on earth is living through this transition, And if you can realize it and help your kids navigate it, you may just be the person who helps someone navigate the AI transition with so much less angst than you yourself feel. That's one of the gifts we can give our kids. I look at my kids and I know they are not going to feel the same angst of transitioning through this world as I do and you do. They never knew a world before this one. Our gift to them is to take the best of what we know in terms of cognitive architecture and cognitive skills, culture, make sure that transitions to them, make sure they learn that, make sure they put the effort in. Frankly, it's a gift to ourselves. If you haven't picked up a book lately, pick up a book lately. It's good for your brain. Make sure you're putting in the time to keep your own brain healthy so that you're using AI effectively. One more note, if you are not a parent, this applies to you as an aunt or an uncle of kids in your lives, and this applies to you as a learner. Don't